All right, guys, let's connect today, June 29th, 2025, coming at you for the live stream to talk about Dead City, the season 2 finale. A little bit of Billions, finish that up. What we're going to be watching next, what we're thinking about there too. Anything you're watching, any shows, movies, any recommendations for us to watch. I know Squid Game season 3, the final season, is on Netflix. Have not watched it yet. Just finished up Billions. So let me know your thoughts. Post your comments in the chat. If you're watching it on the replay, let your know your comments in the comment section. I read those and I try to talk to them a little bit. It was funny because last live stream I talked about Dead City, and I probably won't watch it until the week. And then someone hit me with "you're not a true fan" in the comments on there too, which is laughable, right? And those are the people that think that the true fandom needs to sit through it and watch it, have AMC Plus and watch it again, support it, say nothing but good things about it. And that's just a different person watching it. I wouldn't say one's a true fan or not. They also, that it says something bad about the show, they're like, oh yeah, no, it's great. Every show is great. Every episode's great. Everything's great. That's just not what happens, especially with shows. Not everything is great. Now, some shows are better than others. Some, seasons are better than others too. But, either way, I watched it yesterday. It took me that long to watch it, but we watched it. And it was okay. It was nothing great. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't a terrible, season finale. It's definitely setting up season 3. That's for sure. But we'll talk about that, of course, over the stream. But thank you, Harder Nixie, Big Tree, Tim, and everybody else joining as we speak. This is the last weekend of June before we hit July. Now we have 4th of July on Friday. If you celebrate it, obviously. If you have to work, that doesn't mean anything to you. Hopefully you get time and a half or whatever, but that's one of the 6 paid holidays that I get off for physical therapy or clinic. We get off, not a lot of main holidays, but I will enjoy it, that's for sure. I'm playing a little Fortnite, playing a little there too. So, no, John, I did not watch Night of Champions yesterday. I only watched mainly Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam. I'm not really watching much other wrestling other than those 3 events. I did see that some wrestlers were with Kevin Wilk with Champion Sports Medicine recently, so there's been some injuries with some wrestlers. And it's always cool to see them because I worked with Kevin and I've been there before and worked with some professional athletes, but I don't like to see that because that means someone is injured. Someone hurt their shoulder or their knee or their back or their whatever. Wrestling is definitely a hard profession on your body through and through. Like, it would be hard to say any major mainstream wrestler that has not had injuries, surgeries, and problems from the sport that is wrestling, from the entertainment that is WWE. But other than that, guys, hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody's having a good time and enjoying their summer, whether it's on vacation or break or working like the rest of us. If you're retired, live it up, have a good time. But yeah, so we've had wrapping up some shows. We finally wrapped up Billions on Paramount Plus, and moving on to something else. And so we watched Dead City season 2 finale, and it was definitely something that Razor, you should watch it before you stream. What should I watch? You should watch it. What's it? John Q&A, how about Sinners, the movie? I have not seen that yet. I want to see that. I want to see Sinners. I want to see the Minecraft movie. As crazy as it is, it's on HBO Max. I'm going to watch that. Probably watch that over the holiday. Anissa, good afternoon. Hope you're doing well as well. Did you move yet? Did you move down to Georgia? Because I know you were talking about that last time. That's coming up very soon if you haven't moved already. A lot of people I've talked to are moving to Nashville. Or right outside of Nashville. And I'm like, I don't know about moving to a place where everybody else is moving. And then I saw a map that shows a lot of places that great, Razor. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm here to talk about a bunch of things, not just the show that's on there too. But either way, we're going to talk about the finale, and who cares? It's really not that serious of a thing. But yeah. So I should watch the episode before I stream. Well, if I don't watch it on Sunday morning on AMC Plus, then I talk about the previous week's episode. It's not that big of a deal. You know, who cares? I don't really care. The show's not even that great to talk about. The Walking Dead is not nearly as what it used to be and anything. Life goes on. Anissa says, contract fell through due to inspection, looking at another house a little farther south now. So are you going to move to like Sonoy, or where are you moving to in Georgia? Because there's a lot of great little spots, and I wonder how expensive it is for, you know, Georgia, because I know in Florida everything was pretty high, and now pricing is coming down a little bit. You know, that's good, and then interest rates for, you know, mortgages and everything. So hopefully you'll be all right too. So, but so let's talk about Dead City, just since it's on my mind right here too. So. Sorry, John says, sorry for missing you lives. I've been in Alabama all month of June, so I go to church with my family and friend. Well, that's cool. No, it's no problem, John. You know, I try to do a stream every Sunday and everything, and now that The Walking Dead's over, I may do a little streams here and there. The big news last time was, well, before I get talking in the Dead City finale, but I remember last Sunday I was like, oh, yeah, we don't know anything about Daryl Dixon season 3. I was thinking it'd be coming out in October. It's actually coming out in September. So it actually comes out. Yeah. Great, Mike. Awesome. But so it comes out September for, I think September 7th, I believe, is what the Daryl show is when that's coming out. I could be mistaken, but I know I posted it on the chat, on the comment, like a post on YouTube. And so Daryl's show is coming out in September instead of October, and there's little teasers. So that's the next big thing for that. It'll be here before you know it. So we got July, August, and then early September. So early September will be good. We'll have football. We'll have Daryl Dixon. And yeah, so that's great. Yeah, Sonoy's a great spot. I definitely like that as well. And there's like a bunch of little spots around there that are right outside, and they'll probably be a little bit cheaper. But I always think about when we're potentially moving, whether it's South Carolina or Georgia or something, we're like, where's a Publix? Where's a Sam's Club? Where's a this? Where's a that? Because I don't want to be driving too far away. So you got to see what's important to you about you know, where your location is going to be. So I've been watching a little more of the Hunger Games on HBO because they've been playing a little bit. And I was watching, you know, the first Hunger Games and then Catching Fire, and then, you know, I was actually watching that a little bit before the stream. And I know I was filmed a lot in Georgia as well. And it's crazy to think about it. You watch the first and second movies, and the main people are Katniss and Peeta, you know, and then they show you the other people that are competing in the games. And you see, like, the actor Jack Quaid, and you see I forget his name, but he's the guy who's from Vikings and Heels and everything. He's in a bunch of things. And then you see Reacher is in the second one with Catching Fire. And you're seeing all these different people, and it's like, oh, there's Reacher, there's this. It's pretty cool. And I saw news yesterday that Rick Hurst passed away Friday or Saturday, or I think it was Friday. And that, I believe, is Ryan Hurst's dad. And so Beta, who's Ryan Hurst, his dad just passed away. So that's, you know, sorry to hear that about, you know, Ryan's dad. I don't really know Rick Hurst. I know he was in a thing that, you know, what was Dukes of Hazzard, I believe he was in. I could be wrong, but it's before my time that I watched. And, you know, another connection with The Walking Dead, and lost his dad too, so. Oh, man. Yeah, this guy. Yeah. So, other than that, guys, we're going forward with it. We're going forward with everything. The latest book series is out. And we're doing well. So, hopefully you're doing well, too. Safe and sound and having a good stuff. I know there's a potential storm, tropical depression, something that could come up in Florida this end of this weekend into next week, so I'll have to see what happens there. So, see, Hardnick's Dukes of Hazzard. So, yeah, I know that's a thing about it that I saw that the other day, and so that's kind of crazy. Still watching Pop Culture Jeopardy, which is always funny and good, and some of the stuff I'm never going to get, but some of it's interesting, and it's definitely worth checking out on Amazon. We're on season 3 of The Osbournes, which is, good quality entertainment. It's just funny how they watching that too, so. John says, did you know the Annabelle the doll went missing? Like, from the movies? The doll, the thing, like, someone stole it? It's like, well, I don't know what do you mean? So, all right, guys, let's get into the Dead City that I want to talk about, too. So Dead City Season 2 finale. It's kind of a weird episode, I haven't seen the bear yet. My wife just said that the bear came back on Hulu, and we haven't seen it yet, so we'll have to check out the bear. Hopefully it's better than last season. Last season was kind of weak, so hopefully it just gets better. But so Dead City Season 2 finale sets up Season 3. So I don't know if it's been greenlit or what, but the way it ends, all right, Jack, I'm noted. Thank you. It's too expensive for a new author. I'm actually not a new author. I've been out for a long time. So it's been out for years. So I'm not considered a new author, but that's okay. And if you don't want to buy it, you don't have to. And no one's making you do anything, ever. If you want the digital version, it's much cheaper than the paperback version, but the cost of everything has gone up. So with Amazon and everything, and so the production of that is why it is. But everyone's going to have their opinion, and that's great. Thank you. But you don't have to. Your first book's free. Then, so you want me to do all this for free? I could. That's good. And that's why the first book is deeply discounted on digital versions of it as well. So that's great. You don't have to buy anything whatsoever. That's good. The first book is 99 cents too. So that's okay. But thank you for the input. If you're connected with anybody else on there that is making different accounts or something, that's always appreciated that you have input, and it's kind of done in a way that's constructive, then that's as well. Again, you don't have to buy anything. No one is making anyone buy anything whatsoever. But people that like this story, to continue with the story, there's affordable ways of doing it. And also, if you have the digital version of it, it's much more affordable, and there is connections that are available to you. So there's definitely the two different ways of doing it. There's paperback and digital versions. And I think they always go on sale during Black Friday stuff as well. So be on the look for that. And yeah, I mean, it's not something that I'm making it as cheap as possible, but I'm making, cents on digital versions of it, which is fine. It's not there to make millions of dollars. That's what other investments are being done for. But I appreciate the support. And hopefully you'll continue the fight and you continue reading it on. And if not, that's okay too. But Dead City, for the 100th time, I've been trying to start talking about this. So the Season 2 finale setting up Season 3. The New Babylon Marshals are on the island. We don't see the crow out at all. I don't know how New Babylon just got to the island so easily, but they're there at the end of end of the episode. So Maggie is captured by the Croat, and it's definitely something that, or by the Dama. And so she's tied up with wire from the walls, which is pretty creative. I haven't seen that done on the show. And then she's trying to escape, and the Dama is like, you must be famished, so I'm going to frantically break up these walnuts and give you some water. And then she realizes the key is gone, and then she gets the key from Maggie. And Herschel is like siding with the Dama, right? Like, which is kind of weird that your son is siding with this weird other woman that is definitely a manipulator. And so she had some time on her hands to be burned, get up, kill a walker, burn a walker, put it in its place, escape, all without being noticed, is how the Dama escaped. But it's okay. The Dead City is definitely stuff that's not as bad as Fear the Walking Dead. But so if we connect it with The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, the Daryl Dixon, and that the main shows, not Fear the Walking Dead, which is like it's an offshoot, and World Beyond and Tale. So let's get rid of those, but it connects to the main show because it's Negan and Maggie. It's by far the weakest show, in my opinion. And it's one of those things where the Maggie stuff is so forced that it doesn't really help the show at all. Like the Herschel thing doesn't really help. I don't know. But either way, so Maggie is kind of coerced by the Dama to go kill Negan. And so she's like, wants to help him, wants to kill him, wants to help him, wants to kill him. And they even talk about that in the episode. Dama says, you're conflicted, you're this on there as well. And so Kim Coates, it's a shame because Kim Coates is killed off in the episode. Bruegel dies. And he was probably the best part of this season. Like, I thought he was hilarious. I thought he was a great addition to the Walking Dead universe, but he was killed off. Ginny dies, becomes a walker, which not really sad, even though it was sad for Negan. So Negan sets up this meeting with Bruegel, and they had a nice amount of food set up for everybody. And then they didn't want to eat. And then it was a trap because of all the walkers that were down there. But, like, it's so crazy how they flip the table and all these walkers come out from underneath the table. And it's a nice secret trap thing or whatever, which, okay. But it would smell so bad. Like, walkers would be smelling so bad. They would be making noise. They'd be growling and moaning and groaning and this and that stuff too. So I don't think like any of that is good because the walkers are so inconsistent in the Walking Dead universe on there too. And so, but either way, it is what it is. And then they had the fire and they set it up, and then they had the statue and the walkers, and they were killing the swords, and they were killing them. And there's a fight scene with Armstrong and Negan has him be able to kill him, but he doesn't. And Maggie stabs him in the back. I thought it was like in the side at first, but then it was definitely in the back. So Negan would probably be paralyzed, but you know, this is The Walking Dead. He'll be fine. He'll walk it off. They'll patch him up and he'll be good. He can run through child walkers and not be scratched and not be bit and not be anything. But if you're, you know, disposable, you're going to be chopped up and bit by walkers left and right. But Bruegel gets captured. He was going to kill Ginny for some reason. Like, I don't know why. This just seems like so forced to why Bruegel has to go after Ginny, who turns into a walker anyway. And Negan has his little lineup with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, which is a callback. And he actually picked Armstrong. And he's like, nah, let's just get rid of him. And so he uses the methane gas that, like, Bruegel just, like, accepts to put in his mouth. And he's like, and they blow him up with the gas. And then they put him on fire, and he, burned from the inside, and it was kind of cool, a little different. And PREQUEL's gone, so they were playing the organ, and it was a nice little horror kind of style thing there too. And then Negan's crawling after being wounded by Maggie to see Ginny that became a walker, and he's like so upset about it. And I get that he was upset, but like, I don't know. Either way, it's not. Nothing was a big death. Like PREQUEL's death was not a big death. It was not impactful. Any of these characters, like even if Maggie died, I don't even think I'd be upset at this point. Or Negan died, I wouldn't even be upset. Like all the characters can go, I wouldn't even care. And that's not how it felt in The Walking Dead in its heyday. But either way, Maggie and Negan and Armstrong escape the area, go to a building, and as they're discussing what to do, and Armstrong patches up Negan, excuse me, literally patches up his wound, packs the wound. They see the New Babylon Marshals walking down the street in formation, and there's a good amount of them. I don't know how many it was, maybe 40, 50 of them. And with PREQUEL's people gone and the other guys and people gone, and the Dama lives, Herschel lives, Maggie, Negan, Armstrong live, Croat lives, setting up season 3, and they do a little recap at the end, like, and we'll see you next season. So I don't know, like it was not a waste of time, but kind of a waste of time. Like nothing really happened. They were in New York City and they were this, and they met some new people. Like everybody they're meeting is just filler to have a path to end up dying. The people in Central Park died. Navarez or whatever her name is, dead. The only people that have survived is the Dama and the Croat and Armstrong. Everyone else has been gone. The people that helped Maggie, the tribe people, and Negan, and they're gone, and this is gone, and so we'll have to see what happens with it. But I like the idea of like the methane gas, like that's kind of cool and something different. But I feel like the Croat could go around and trade people with that and teach people there too. So it's definitely something that I love the idea of. Them doing something creative and then also having trade for it and working towards the future of nobody cares that you have the, Radio City Music Hall lights are on. Like, who cares? We need like machines to work and ovens to work and things to be cooked and cleaned and stuff to get back to society. And I think it's definitely cool to have just that way about it on there too. So man, who are these people today? Like, I don't know what's going on here as well, too. It's so... just speaking my mind, major, minor. And it's just to the point now where it's so past anything like that. Like, Maggie's character is so watered down and washed down to any characteristics that we even cared about early on, in my opinion. Negan... yeah. I mean, yes, if Daryl and Carol were gone, that's a big difference. They're the OG characters on there as well. So, and also, it didn't happen yet, and I doubt it's ever going to happen. So, I made a living off this. Man, I made like no living then. If you're considering my YouTube stuff, I made a living off of. No, it was more like a hobby off of this too. So, there's a big difference on there. But either way, who cares? Like, we're here talking about a show that is extra, extra, extra from what it was. The Walking Dead City felt so forced since day one that it's forcing us to watch out of habit, out of connection with the main show and the main stuff is my opinion. And if you don't like that, that's okay. But I'm not here to say like, oh, everything is great and all the episodes are great or whatever. Like, that's fake to its T. And I'm just never going to be fake with anything is there too. So that's how I feel about the show. I feel like Eli Journet is doing a good job overall for what he has. Like, I do like the city atmosphere, the city lineup, the city story, the city, aspect. But I just don't think it's done in a way that I think you could have tweaked a couple things here. I think you didn't have to have, like, I still will stand by that. I think the show just needs to be the Negan show. Because like, literally, Maggie was captured by the Dama, did not a lot for the episode besides stabbing Negan in the back, and that's it. Well, that's fine. I'm not a Walking Dead YouTuber that's going to say... So, I'm not going to put out fake stuff that's going to be like, oh, this is great. I could be making all these videos and saying how great Dead City is and how amazing it is and how it is on there too. Like, so what do you want me to do, Major Minor? Like, what do you want me to have? What's going to make you happy to say, oh, I'm going to be so upset if this happened, if that happens, if this is there too? Like, it's just... I think we're just building to the final thing that needs to be Daryl reunited with Rick. And that's it. This Negan stuff, this Maggie stuff, nonsense. Like, it's just extra crap filler stuff. Negan being Negan is what's making the show for me and a lot of people. Maggie is connected with the show. She's an executive producer. I think she directed an episode, Lauren Cohan. And that's good for her. And that's great. And those people are making a lot of money off of this too. But I just think the show could be tweaked and changed and improved somewhat. Like, I don't know how they would do it now at this point, because you already committed 2 seasons to this thing. I do like the idea of New Babylon being the big bad that's coming in and having you, join them or they take you out. To do this on there too, so... Yeah, so your opinion is that I work for the show and I have a connection with the show, and my duty is to support them no matter what. So I am not a family member of The Walking Dead. I am a fan of The Walking Dead. I have a channel talking about stuff that's there too as well, and so there's a big difference. And I don't think I'm speaking out of line. I support the show. I watch the show. I've watched everything Walking Dead related to this point. So how else don't I support it? So supporting has to be, I only say good things about it. And when we watched that Tales of the Walking Dead episode with the 2 women on there, like, that was a great episode. Or the other stuff of Fear the Walking Dead was great. Like, that's just fake positivity that's not real. That's not real life. That's how people think about things, is like, everything is good in my bubble, and then you leave your bubble, and it's not real life. You can't handle disappointment. You can't handle difference of opinions. You can't handle any negative thing aspect whatsoever, no matter how minor. It's the biggest meltdown. But that's okay. To each their own, and that's all right. But at the end of the day I'm going to be myself. And how I am with this is that I feel how I say and what I do. What I do is what I say, and what I say is what I do. And so I don't think I'm speaking out of line. Like, I've supported it. I've watched it. What else do you want me to do for it? Just say how amazing it is? Because it's not. Even though I do feel there are parts about it that are worth watching. I just think it's the weakest spinoff from the main show there has been. And I think it's forced to have the Negan-Maggie connection, that the show would have been far better with just Negan. And a lot of people agree. That doesn't mean we're right or wrong. It just means that's our opinions of it. And that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's just a TV show. It's not that serious. None of it's that serious. There's major things on there too, so... That's okay. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I know there's other conventions going around to meet some of the cast, which is cool. If you ever get a chance to meet them, it's it's good. I think I should recommend supporting them and doing all that if you want to. But times are tough right now. Inflation is still high. Stuff costs a lot of money. Gasoline costs a lot of money. It's going to cost a lot of stuff. So going to conventions and other stuff is not on the budget for a lot of people, which is totally understandable. Book series, extra stuff is not there for a lot of people. I get it. Times are tough. You got to save your money, invest your money, pay your bills, and then there's a priorities list, right? Don't live above your means by anything. So get rid of streaming services. Do a lot of people have AMC Plus? Because I don't have AMC Plus, but I know that people are enjoy it. A lot of people have a lot of streaming services. And if you can get some good deals, that Black Friday is always a good time for deals. And I know it's usually for like a couple months. Maybe it's even for a whole year. But so, because now it's crazy that all the different streaming services and all the different shows. Like, I don't know why people would keep AMC Plus unless it's just cheaper to have for the whole year. If you paid for the whole year, then of course. But to have the next Walking Dead show is the Daryl show in September, which I've supported that show too. I've thought it's a better show in my opinion than Dead City. I also think that Daryl had the first season by himself. Maybe that's what the Negan show should have been. The first season should have been Negan and set up things and then brought Maggie in on the second season. Kind of like what they did with Carol. But again, I'm not a producer on the show. I don't have any of that, but I think that would have been a better way of going it. But it is what it is. The writing on the wall is done. You can't say on there, it's done. Just like any of the shows and the movies that are there. It's just produced and you move forward and like it or not. So yeah, but I finished up Billions season. That was actually a good finale. I don't know if you've seen it at all, but I think that the series finales are tough to have. It's tough to wrap things up. And I think that the Billions finale was actually pretty good on there too. So, yeah, Daryl's actually going to London. I think is where they actually are having London be the backdrop for it, even though they filmed it in Spain. But I could be mistaken, but I know that it's a thing. Wow. Well, that's an interesting take there. I mean, I don't agree. I don't think Dead City is in the top 10 series of all time. Of what? Top 10? I mean, what are we talking about here? And what's number one then? Because I don't know. But other than that, we're gonna watch Squid Game season 3. Gotta check that out. Gotta watch the Minecraft movie. And what else? What else are you guys watching? What else are you guys recommending right now? I know there's what is it, like The Waterfront or something, I believe it's called, on Netflix. It's like about a family that has the shipping dock boat life, I don't know, something. I know people like that. I got to watch Mobland on Paramount Plus. And then whenever the Sheridan shows come back, like Tulsa King and Mayor of Kingstown and all that, that'll be here before you know it too. So it's crazy. On Monday is the last day of June. Tuesday is July 1st. And once we hit July, half the year is gone. So you got July to December, and then the year is over. So hopefully you got some trips coming up, some plans, just some travel, some fun, some just whatever you got going on. I always feel like you gotta have something to look forward to, whether it's now, whether it's later, whether it's end of the year or even into next year. A lot of people are going on vacation, and I would love to go somewhere cooler. Like right now, I know it's been pretty hot and humid everywhere. My dad said it was like 100 degrees in New Jersey the other day, earlier this week. And he's like, I went to the car and said 118 degrees. I'm like, which is crazy. And in like a month from tomorrow, he's going to have his total knee replacement. So hopefully he'll be all right for that. And should be doing well by the end of the year too. So hopefully he'll have a new lease on life and enjoying life to do stuff, with his cataracts in his eyes and his knee replacement in his knee. And he'll be zipping around and seeing. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, so, I don't know. It'll be pretty interesting. Hopefully, because I won't see you till after 4th of July. Hopefully, you got something for fireworks. If you're doing anything with fireworks, you're safe and sound. It's just better to, go and watch them being professionally done or something. Hopefully, people aren't doing fireworks in their cul-de-sacs or streets or whatever, where it's, kind of just too much, dangerous. Please don't do anything like that. That's not recommended by any means. But I know I was at Sam's on Saturday, and I was waiting for the chickens, so I walked around the store a little bit, and I saw this whole section of fireworks, and it was this huge box, and it was $159. I was like, oh my goodness, that's a crazy amount of fireworks. So you're basically buying explosives for $160, and that's pretty cheap. And people will buy them, and they will shoot them off, and you got to worry about stuff for your cars. I don't know. It's just like, I'm not going to be shooting off fireworks. I know that. I know my neighbor probably will, and that's one of the days you're allowed, and hopefully it's just not a safety hazard. But yeah. So we'll probably check out those shows on Netflix this week. There's baseball going on if anybody cares. The NBA draft was this week too. Cooper Flagg went to Dallas, was expected. The NHL draft was also a thing, which it's so crazy. No one cares about the other drafts as much as the NFL draft. Like the NFL draft has advertising and this and that, and it's shown. And it's kind of publicized, and it's everywhere for so long. And the other drafts just pop up. I didn't know the NBA draft was this week, or the NHL draft was this week, or the WNBA draft was, right after the tournament. I was like, man, I have no idea about any of this. It just happened. Boop, done. Yeah, so ultimately, there's a lot of good entertainment out there. That's a good thing about it. I know some people are excited for the July movies. The Jurassic World, Superman, and Fantastic Four. But I'm like, who's going to watch Fantastic Four? Are people excited for that? Because I'll watch it later. I'm not going to go to the movie theater and watch it on there as well. So you're saying that I've been unnecessarily critical of it all year, and we all give you a pass for being critical? That's one take of it. I mean, I don't think I'm being unnecessarily critical of it. I think I'm just saying that there's stuff that doesn't make sense. There's stuff that shouldn't be there. I think there's just a better show there. There's an underlying connection that is forced. And okay. But I said Negan is the best part of the show by far. And I just need to see that part of the show. If you just took out the Maggie stuff and the Herschel stuff and the Dama stuff that's connected with Herschel and whatever, I think it would be like it would be a better show in my opinion. And I've said that time and time again. And so I don't even know how to be then. I don't know how to say like, but I didn't think the finale was like a terrible episode. It's just not a lot happened. It almost seems like it's a regular episode, not a season finale. Like The Walking Dead, some of the best episodes have always been the premieres, the mid-season finale, the mid-season premiere, and the season finale. So you could count on 4 pretty darn great episodes of it. And some of the best episodes in Walking Dead, all of that is the premieres and finales. And this was kind of just like another episode. Like, it was a decent episode, but I don't think there was a great finale. And the way it is, like, time and time again, it's just kind of laughable and predictable. Like, yeah, you're going to bring in characters. They're going to die. They're going to just push the story kind of somewhere. Then Maggie's going to go after Negan. Negan's going to fight back. Maggie attacked Negan because he was going after Armstrong. They're all buddies at the end where Armstrong is attacking Negan. But then they're okay. They've had to have to work together. But then what's the underlying thing? And now they're going to have to work together to go against New Babylon. I'm like, you have all these characters that you could bring in from other Walking Dead shows. But it just doesn't, I don't know. Well, that's great that you'd put that up there with seasons 8 through 11, which is kind of the weakest seasons for there too. So season 7 is pretty bad, but like, because that's forced with Negan being overpowered against Rick, and they didn't really know how to connect the dots where it was entertaining to watch. But even then, season 7 was better with, Shiva and Ezekiel and stuff there, and it's had its moments. But I don't know, the Dead City had a bear, and that's great. Like, if you love Dead City, great. Go watch it. Say it's the best ever. And everybody else is wrong who says that it's terrible. And that's okay. But that's your opinion. I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong. I'm just saying this is how I feel about it. And no one's giving me a pass for anything. There's people like yourself and tons of other people are saying that I am hard on the show or I'm this or there too. Like, the other thing is I could not watch the show, right? I could move on to something else and not talk about that or, whatever. But I'm still involved with the Walking Dead universe because it still means a lot to me. The universe as a whole is not the same. Like, we all can agree, or maybe not. It doesn't matter because we're never, no, The Walking Dead is great and every episode's great and it's amazing and it's one of the best things ever. And they know it's going to be, Daryl's going to be even better than this and that. And the next one shows that's going to be even better. It's always going to be the best and the best and the best. It can't always be the best. You know what? There is one thing is the best. Makes it the best. And if they do something to take that, like, nothing is going to beat The Walking Dead seasons 1 through 6. In my opinion. Nothing. And that's fine. You laid the groundwork for it. And then it kind of went down this path and went down this and went down that too. So it's just definitely something when, I don't know, like, right, like Anissa says, the best is when they're all together. But there was a formula, right? No one's spreading hate. Like, you need to relax. Like, you're being too dramatic with this, right? I won't comment again. But you're already burst my Sunday bubble, a bit being so negative. If YouTube is your happy place, but I don't tolerate spreading hate on an amazing show, binge Dead City, you'll see. I've seen every episode. Like, what are we talking about? Like, it's not hate, first of all. Like, relax. Like, that's a thing where it's so funny how this is like, oh, if you don't like exactly with what I like, and you're positive and amazing and great. This is the problem. This is the major problem right here in a nutshell with this and everything. It's like, oh, you don't agree with me? Spreading hate. I'm not spreading anything. I want people to watch the show. I want people to do that so they can tell me and talk to me about that too. Like, come on. It's just crazy. It's hilarious how you're like, oh my goodness. You hate this. You hate that. You're spreading the hate. Like, come on. It's not that serious, first of all. I recommend people to watch it too, especially if you're a Negan fan. Like, if you like Negan, then you probably like Dead City. If you like Maggie, then you probably like Dead City. But I like stuff where stuff is going somewhere. Like, I don't just want to watch something just to watch it. And that's kind of how I feel a little bit with it at times. And that's all right. But hopefully Squid Game is good. Hopefully that gets wrapped up good. And hopefully there's some other shows. And I got to check out The Bear now. That's always a good. And again, it started off great. And then kind of did a little different path, then kind of went off the path a little bit, and then now they're back and they're doing great. But overall, the writing is good, the casting is good, and I definitely recommend that. And first of all, I'm definitely not spreading any hate. Let's get that straight. That's ridiculous. There's plenty of other people doing that, and that's just so not anything on there. So, but it's fine, because at the end of the day, it's not that serious. There's plenty of other serious things in this world that matter besides, oh, you're not saying that City is the best show ever made, because that's just ridiculous. It's a TV show. Like, we have other problems to worry about. Like, there's plenty of other things that people are more serious about, and shows and books and movies and everything are escapism. And that's what it's good for, right? So when we watch a show, we get into that world and that realm. And you're right. Maybe that's why people come on YouTube, to have that feel and to have that thing on there too, is to escape from it. But that's not what the live streams kind of turn into and have been for a long time. Like, it's funny because, like, if I would say anything remotely positive about stuff that people disagreed with, they're like, you're fake, you're this, you're terrible, blah, blah, blah. And then I say something that I don't like about it, I don't agree with, I don't do this. People are like, oh my God, how are you spreading hate like this? All right, peace. Enough of that. Like, that just went on way too long. I apologize for that. That was just like nonsense of dominating some of the stream, because it's just stupid, right? So, yes, just to be clear, I do not spread the word of hate. I spread the word of positivity and working hard and being motivated and inspired and doing things that are good for yourself, your family, others, and society, right? And a TV show, who cares if you watch Dead City or not? Get out of here with that. There's plenty of other things to do, right? And, I didn't watch it, and I was going to watch it this week. Oh, I'm not a true fan. Like, that's ridiculous, right? So at the end of the day, it's just nonsense to be thinking about anything besides having a good time, thinking about yourself, your friends, your family, being safe and secure, having joy, doing things you love, having a good time. 4th of July is coming up. Hopefully you have a barbecue to go to. Hopefully you can have some good stuff. If you're going to check out some movies, because I guess, Jurassic World Rebirth comes out July 2nd, so that's coming out this week. So hopefully it does really well. I didn't know that it was supposed to be another island that has dinosaurs on it. Like, I didn't know there was other islands, and one of my patients was telling me about that too. So it kind of opens up that world and that lore and that everything, which is cool. Which I like the idea of doing that with, I don't want things to be constantly reinvented. I want things to kind of explore things and progress and move along and just kind of progress the story. Like, some of the best things have added to the main story and supplemented things. Like I know a lot of people didn't like World Beyond, but we got to see more of the CRM connection. We got to see the scientists. We saw a connection with Jadis. And it was good because it connected stuff previously with The Walking Dead that we like to see. The ones who live, same thing. We saw CRM. We saw Rick. We saw Michonne. We saw Jadis. We saw Father Gabriel. And it was a good show. I think Dead City could do that in a way too, but it's like they're going off on their own tangent, their own stuff here, and it's kind of like Fear the Walking Dead with we want to have it in its name, but much better because we have Negan and Maggie and Herschel even from The Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead had nothing besides the name until they brought Morgan over. And then you were trying to force things to connect things there too. And there was good moments, of course, but fewer good moments than anything. But I just feel like Dead City really has to have a drastic improvement in season 3 with everything. So are we really going to have Negan and Maggie working together, and then Negan and Maggie kind of not being involved until Maggie stabs Negan, and then in season 3 back to Negan and Maggie working together? Which is it? It's so flip-flopping around and moving around now that Jenny's gone, there's nothing there to carry Negan's moral compass with whatever. And Negan's not some invincible superhero. He's got a baseball bat. New Babylon has shotguns. When that guy came in and saved the, journalist, educational, smart guy, historian guy, what side are you on? He's like, New Babylon. Okay. Okay, cool. And then now he's going to be there too. So I would assume he's going to have a bigger part with Negan because he knows how Negan is. And Negan's a wanted man and whatever. So I don't know how it ends. Is the very end Negan gonna die? Because I think we're past that point now. Do people want Negan to die? Because I don't think that's a good way to. I don't know how it's gonna wrap up. I don't know what can actually end with it because it's called Dead City, so it has to always take place in the city. Negan left, the Commonwealth, so he has no connections there. Maggie left Hilltop. She has her own community at the Bricks, but there was nobody there that we got to see what they do and this and that, and they were basically connected with New Babylon because they kind of had to be. But I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want Maggie to die, and I don't want Negan to die. But I'm what's going to eventually be? Herschel can't die. The Dama can go. Armstrong can kind of go, even though I'd like him. Croat, he's okay, but he's got to end up doing something. And New Babylon just brings people around all the time. What happened with the people from the first season? Besides Armstrong? Nothing really. And what happened with them? They're gone, besides Armstrong. And now we have the historian guy. So I'm all right, where are we going with this? What are we doing here, guys? Go somewhere. Have something to go somewhere, please. And I'm sure we're all going to watch it. And I'm sure I'm going to say, and it's good. I don't pick on it or spread hate like that. That's funny. But I don't think that if it's good, it's good. There's stuff that I like. That's good. Come on. But make the writing better. Make the story better. It feels like Walking Dead on a budget. It just feels like, Walking Dead is there, but all of our money is tied up in Negan and Maggie. So they're never going to die. They have the plot armor so thick that they're never going to go away, which is fine. But have a rewarding story that connects the dots a little bit. And if it can connect with CRM or connect with some things like that, Civic Republic or whatever, and those clearly the spoilers were wrong. Dwight did not show up. And the Dama lives. Herschel lives. Bruegel dies. Navarez dies, so it's fine. There was misinformation of spoilers that I did not think were 100% true, and they did not show up too. So, yeah, and so, am I way off? I don't know, but that's okay. If people like it, if people don't, then, but at the end of the day, we gotta watch. We gotta support it, you know. Anissa says, From has started filming season 4. Really excited after meeting Scott McCord and David Alpay. They are amazing. So From, that's something that I'm excited for so far. Seasons 1 through 3 have been good. And the way season 3 ended, setting up a big season 4 because of the whole multiverse timeline craziness thing that they introduced, that I'm like, cool. So I believe From is supposed to be next year. If they just started filming now in June, and usually a TV show takes months and months and months. I don't know if it's like 4 months or whatever. So say it's 6 months, right? So if it takes a long time, which hopefully doesn't take that long, but it'll be at the end of the year. And then you got to have post-production and the VFX and the sound and everything. So I don't know when it's going to be back on. I would assume, I don't know when it's, I doubt they even said when, but May-ish, April, May, I'm hoping. That would be, when From comes back. But if you have not seen From, I recommend that highly. That's a good show that draws you in too. So, but that's a thing that can happen on there for it. So definitely check that out as too. So, but at the end of the day, we'll see what happens with these characters. I just want the show to be rewarding. I want it to be kind of a thing that makes sense. And if they decide to kill off Maggie or Negan, hopefully it's a rewarding thing. But they live on in the comics, and they live on for many different times. So I don't see that happening at all. It's just how it goes down, too. So, but at the end of the day, it's just a TV show. It's just a movie. It's just a book series. It's just something that's on there too. And hopefully you're doing bigger and better things, and you're taking care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. You're reading books. You're writing books. You're exercising your muscles, your heart, your brain, everything. You're doing something to keep interested. You're doing something too. So, and then we could have people that just, complain about everything. But that doesn't get us anywhere, It's one of those things where we just have to think about it as, let's have a good time with life and see the positive things in life and move on with it. It's like, I ain't got time for that. I got stuff to take care of myself, my house, my wife, my cat, my car, my yard, mind, body, and soul. Keep it going. So yeah, I definitely want to take my time with the next book. I've already started different ideas. It's always good to see different stuff play out. And I'm hoping that actually it is a TV show. It's not real life. If you think a TV show is real life and it's not the news or a documentary, that's you can't take life so seriously, man. You won't make it out alive. It's a great quote. A TV show is escapism, man. Like, if you're living and dying with everything, then that's just a little much. But at the end of the day, guys, I'll be back next Sunday, and then I may take a little break because it's nice to have some different stuff coming up. But I'll be back next Sunday to talk about 4th of July and everything, and hopefully you got a lot of stuff going on. I got a busy week of patience because we're closed on Friday for stuff that matters with people that are having health impairments and problems. And it's definitely something that puts things in perspective. Like, a TV show doesn't matter when someone is coming back from a stroke or an amputation or, vestibular stuff or surgeries and different stuff like that. A TV show makes no difference in the world when that's a bigger thing. Gotta get your priorities in check for some people, but that's okay. It's not that serious of a thing. But I'll be back next Sunday as we speak right now, guys. So if you have an idea for some different shows and movies, just let me know. Hopefully you have a good, safe, and sound 4th of July. Check out our book series, Fight for Us 2, in 100 Days, all those good things. So it's pretty on there as well. But let's see this last little trolling comment here. The Walking Dead gave you a platform. Actually, it didn't, but YouTube gave me the platform. But you turned your back on it when it needed your support most. I know you won't reply. It's saddening. So I've never turned my back on anything of The Walking Dead. I've supported it by watching it and talking about it on this stream and other videos. So that is just misinformation. And have a good one. So there you go, guys. Have a good, safe 4th of July. I'll be back next Sunday. Remember, guys, to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And remember, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can achieve those goals. Keep working hard. Whatever it is, you can achieve it. Stay safe, and I'll